This causes her to have a breakdown and pass out. Moments later, Boudica wakes up in a bed and sees her daughter's spirits by her side. This time she knows they aren't real, but she still appreciates their support and promises they'll reunite soon. A few days later, Boudica and her army arrived at Camulos. This town was occupied by the Romans after they murdered all the locals and made it a retirement settlement for their senior soldiers. It's easy for Boudica's group to invade the town and kill all the Romans because of their old age, causing a complete massacre with heads decapitated included. The fight is over in just a few moments, and after they've taken anything valuable, they set the whole settlement on fire and Boudica announces they just got started. Later, after they've set up camp, Boudica notices the warriors are celebrating in a very peculiar way. Wulfgar explains they are getting the same mark she has on their cheeks as a way to pay tribute to her, which upsets Boudica because the symbol equals slavery. However, Wulfgar points out they can't read, so they're giving the symbol a new meaning. When they make it to Cambridge Forest, they ambush another Roman convoy and dozens of soldiers are killed with no mercy. The more they fight, the more coordinated Boudica's army becomes, but also the more vicious, and heads are decapitated left and right. Later in London, Boudica's army attacks the harbor in the middle of the night and burns down their enemy's ships. The Roman soldiers try their best to hold the line, but there's nothing they can do against these furious tribesmen, and Boudica takes great pleasure in decapitating their captain. Meanwhile in Rome, riots are taking over the city and buildings are burning down. People aren't happy with how costly war is and are demanding a victory. Paulinus tries to rescue Nero, but the king explains he's a musician, not a warrior. He feels that Roman has forsaken him, so he decides to self-delete. Paulinus is devastated to see his king die, but he swears to bring the victory that Rome needs and tells his troops they'll be sailing in the morning. Soon the news of Nero's death and Paulinus' trip reaches Britannia, and the tribesmen are worried because the king's army is more powerful than average guards. Wulfgar has a chat with Boudica, explaining that the tribesmen need to recuperate and that winter is coming. Fighting now would mean walking to their deaths, so he thinks the best course of action is to return in the spring with more men from the north. Boudica refuses to send her men home, saying they need to finish what they started.